This is 88.5 WXPN HD1 Philadelphia, 88.7 WXPH HD1 Middletown, 91.9 WXPJ HD1 Hackettstown, 90.5 WKHS Wharton, and streaming at xpn.org. Member-supported radio from the University of Pennsylvania.
Members make the music and everything else happen at XPN. Michelle in Bethlehem says, XPN is a part of our everyday lives. I'm a firm believer that music has the power to change the world. That's why I'm donating to support XPN and why I hope others will too. Members are our largest and most reliable source of funding. Become a member today at xpn.org.
It's Kids Corner. I'm Kathy O'Connell. It's February. I love February. It is the shortest, coldest month. It is, well, let me get right to it. It's the month I was born in. So, of course I love February 21st. Oh, look, that's a new record for how fast I mention my birthday here on Kids Corner. And there are other things going on in February as well. A lot of really cool things, actually. For such a short month, it is chock full of stuff. All month long, it's Black History Month. It's a wonderful time to learn more about people in history, and it's always a good time to do that. Valentine's Day, February 14th. Chocolate goes on sale February 15th. You know, not too bad. Have I mentioned my birthday yet? Yeah, I thought I might have. And today, it's Groundhog Day. So this Groundhog Day is also the name of a really good Bill Murray movie, which is basically about having to repeat the same day over and over again, or as they used to say in Italian, ancora faccio così. You're doing the same thing over and over again. That's Groundhog Day. That's the movie. The holiday comes out of Pennsylvania Dutch, which, as you may know, is really Pennsylvania German tradition. And allegedly, the legend says that if the groundhog sees his shadow, we have 6 more weeks of winter. Except, look at a calendar. You know what we have? 6 more weeks of winter. But the groundhog has lent himself to certain cultural icons, like the movie Groundhog Day, and like some music. Well, like from Pete Seeger.
In come Daddy from the plow. In come Daddy from the plow. I want some dinner and I want it now. Groundhog. There's a piece of bread a-layin' on the shelf. There's a piece of bread a-layin' on the shelf. If you want some more, you got to get it yourself. Groundhog. He picked up his gun and he whistled to his dog. Picked up his gun and he whistled to his dog. Off to the wildwood to catch a groundhog. Groundhog. Two in a rock and a two in a log, and a two in a rock and a two in a log. Good Lord, mercy, what a big groundhog. Groundhog. Run here, Sal, with a 10-foot pole. Run here, Sal, with a 10-foot pole. Twist this groundhog out of his hole. Groundhog. Daddy returned in an hour and a half. Daddy returned in an hour and a half. Returned with a groundhog big as a calf. Groundhog. How them children whooped and cried. How them children whooped and cried. I love that groundhog stewed and fried. Groundhog. Took him home and tanned his hide. Took him home and tanned his hide. Made the best shoestring ever was tied. Groundhog. Meat's in the cover and the hide's in the churn. Meat's in the cover and the hide's in the churn. If that ain't groundhog, I'll be derned. Groundhog. In comes Sal with a snigger and a grin. In comes Sal with a snigger and a grin. Groundhog gravy all over her chin. Groundhog. Come here, Ma, look at Sam. Come here, Ma, and look at Sam. He's had all the meat and sopping out the pan. Groundhog. Old Aunt Sal was the mother of them all. Old Aunt Sal was the mother of them all. She fed 'em on groundhog before they could crawl. Groundhog.
Here's a piece that's quite perverse. It's the same every verse. So for better or for worse, we've 17 to go. One by one we'll count them all. It might seem off the wall, just in case you don't recall. We've 16 more to go. If the end seems far away, there's no need for dismay. We'll give you a play-by-play. 15 to go.
Note that this recurring tune
Is performed by bassoon.
it will be repeated soon.
14 to go. Next the cello and the bass ceaselessly keep the pace, just in case you lost your place.
With 13 more to go,
But before we can proceed,
as it was guaranteed.
the bassoons again play lead. We've 12 more times to go.
Finally something new begins.
Hear all those violins.
Underneath those tinny chins.
11 more to go.
Now we get the clarinet playing a duet with the oboe.
Don't forget we've 10 more times to go.
While the violins repeat,
Please remain.
in your seat, we are nowhere near complete.
9 more to go.
Here's a bit more of the same. There's just one.
And to blame.
Greek is the composer's name. 8 more to go. Now it's time to move along to the end of the song. Things are gonna finish strong.
7 more to go.
First the volume will increase
Till the end,
of the piece.
building to a big release.
We've 6 more left to go.
Now the trumpets start to blow.
Now the fortissimo.
I'll remind you so you know just 5 more times to go. Now we're building up some steam.
It's so loud it would seem.
Pretty soon we'll have to scream.
Go, 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 go!
Still we haven't hit the top.
Faster now, do not stop. At this pace I'm gonna drop.
3 more to go. Keeping up is getting tough.
Making me huff and puff. I think I've had enough.
2 more to go.
Now we're almost at the end.
Ooh, yeah, my friend.
All the eyes are on the bed.
1 more time to go. Last verse. Oh, don't go away. Now the orchestra will play.
Finale number 1.
Hope you can stay. Now the orchestra will play.
Finale number 2.
1 more delay. Now the orchestra will play.
Finale number 3.
Hey, how long do you think we can keep this going? Trumpets, trombones, violas, violins. If you do a few more finales, at least 1 more drum roll. And
I'm a rat, living in the park. I come out every night, just after dark. I'm a rat, no one cares for me. I'm disgusting, it is true, but don't take it personally. In the day I am asleep down in my hole. I sleep on straw and grass and weeds and things I stole. I hear cars and buses driving, I hear children playing happy. I dream everybody is eating lots of food, leaving all their garbage out for me. I'm a rat, living in the park. I come out every night, just after dark. I'm a rat, no one cares for me. I'm disgusting, it is true, but don't take it personally. It seems like this playground was built for a rat like me. How do kids climb this stuff without claws and just 2 feet? I love the giant slides, the ones with the little curves. On that geodome jungle gym, I'm like a bird, flying from limb to limb. Did you see me? I'm a rat, living in the park. I come out every night, just after dark. I'm a rat, no one cares for me. I'm disgusting, it is true, but don't take it personally. I'm a rat, I'm a lot like you. I like to swing and climb and eat lots of junky food. I'm a rat, I like to jump and run in all the places you like to play and eat and have your fun.
Groundhog, groundhog, show us the way. You're our guru prophet today. Is bad weather gone? Is it here to stay? Groundhog, groundhog, show us the way. Share your wisdom, Mr. Almighty One. Is it time for spring? Is the snowing done? Look for your shadow, don't be confused. Winter or warmer, it's yours to choose. Groundhog, groundhog, show us the way. You're the furry forecaster today. Is bad weather gone? Is it here to stay? Groundhog, groundhog, show us the way. Don't hold out, tell us what you know. Can we expect sunshiny days or snow? We trust your vision, we got nothing to lose. Soothsayer, future seer, give us the news. Hey! Oh, clairvoyant one, what do you see? Oh, clairvoyant one, what do you see? Deliver us, set your people free. Deliver us, set your people free. From your hole, please don't act dumb. From your hole, please don't act dumb. Groundhog, where the hell did you come from? Groundhog, groundhog, show us the way. You're the mystical master.
hot and cold, y'all.
Oh, yeah.
Here we go.
Come on. Ah.
Whether the weather is hot or it's cold, we'll be dancing. Let me hear you say, yeah, yeah. Whether the weather is hot or it's cold, we'll be dancing. Let me hear you say, yeah, yeah. And if it's cold, we'll put our hats on our heads. We'll wear scarves on our necks. We'll zip our jackets tight.
And if it rains, we'll put our umbrellas up. We'll put our boots on our feet and jump in puddles for fun.
Whether the weather is hot or it's cold, we'll be dancing. Let me hear you say, yeah, yeah. Whether the weather is hot or it's cold, we'll be dancing. Let me hear you say, yeah, yeah. And if it's sunny, we'll put our sunglasses on. There'll be no clouds in the sky. Sunscreen will cover our face.
And if it's hot, we'll put our shorts on. We'll wear our favorite t-shirts. We'll see thermometers rise.
Whether the weather is hot or it's cold, we'll be dancing. Let me hear you say, yeah, yeah. Whether the weather is hot or it's cold, we'll be dancing. Let me hear you say, yeah, yeah. Let's dance. Come on.
We're here.
We'll be dancing. We'll be dancing. We'll be dancing, yeah. Let's dance, come on. Whether the weather is hot or it's cold, we'll be dancing. Let me hear you say, yeah, yeah. Whether the weather is hot or it's cold, we'll be dancing. Let me hear you say, yeah, yeah. Whether the weather is sunny or rainy, we're dancing. Let me hear you say, yeah, yeah. Whether the weather is sunny or rainy, we're dancing. Everybody say, yeah, yeah.
Whether or not the rat sees its shadow, we get 6 more weeks of winter, including my birthday, alphabet rockers in there, Weather the Weather, and a bunch of Groundhog songs, including Beethoven's Wig. It's the same every verse. That is in honor of the movie Groundhog Day, which is basically about repeating the same day over and over again until you get it right. By the way, Groundhog Day or weather predicting animals, this is a thing that happens all over the world traditionally. Especially in German-speaking parts of the world. In Hungary, it was a bear. In Germany, it was a badger. In America, we don't need no stinking badgers, so we have groundhog. We have a weather predicting rat, and a movie about him as well. Like I said, the month of February is chock full of cool stuff and chock full of opportunities to learn more about people in history. And that is mainly thanks to a gentleman named Carter G. Woodson. He was a historian who created Negro History Week in 1926. He designated the second week of February to be Negro History Week because that week included the birthdays of Abraham Lincoln and Frederick Douglass. And Black communities had celebrated those two people's birthdays informally for many years. So Mr. Woodson made it more formal. And over the years, many people have designated time for a celebration and education about Black history, and it's a great way to be introduced to some very interesting people. And one way to do that is through music. And my friends Kim and Reggie Harris have done just that with the music of the Underground Railroad and their song about Harriet Tubman.
One night I dreamed I was in slavery. About 1850 was the time. Sorrow was the only sign. There's nothing about to ease my mind. Out of the night appeared a lady leading a distant pilgrim band. First mate, she cried, pointing a hand. Now make room aboard for this young woman. Come on up, I got a lifeline. Come on up to this train of mine. Come on up, I got a lifeline. Come on up to this train of mine. They said her name was Harriet Tubman, and she drove the Underground Railroad. Hundreds of miles we traveled onward, gathering slaves from town to town, seeking all the lost and found, and setting those free that once were bound. Somehow my heart was growing weaker. I fell by the wayside, sinking sand. Firmly did this lady stand. She lifted me up and she took my hand, singing, come on up, I got a lifeline. Come on up to this train of mine. Come on up, I got a lifeline. Come on up to this train of mine. They said her name was Harriet Tubman, and she drove the Underground Railroad. Now Harriet Tubman would sneak through the woods late at night, using code songs as she went along her way. She would get to the edge of the plantation to which she was going, climb up into a tree and start to sing. Those that were waiting for her, that knew the codes of the Underground Railroad, when they heard these next words, knew that Harriet Tubman, who they called Moses, was there, and she was ready to rescue them. Dark and thorny is the pathway where the sinner makes his way. But beyond this veil of sorrow lies the fields of endless days. Jesus, Jesus will go with you. He will lead you to his throne. He who died has gone before you. Trod the wine press all alone, singing, come on up. I got a lifeline. Come on up to this train of mine. Come on up. I got a lifeline. Come on up to this train of mine. They said her name was Harriet Tubman, and she drove for the Underground Railroad. Now, the night before you escape, one way of letting your friends and family know you were leaving was by singing the secret code song, steal away, I ain't got long to stay here. Steal away, steal away, steal away to Jesus. Steal away home, I ain't got long to stay here. Steal away, steal away, steal away to Jesus. Steal away home, I ain't got long to stay here. My Lord, he calls me by
chains could hold her.
No chains could hold her.
She's far too strong.
She's far too strong.
No one could stop her.
No one could stop her.
She's good as gone.
She's good as gone.
Once she found freedom,
Once she found freedom,
she could have stayed.
she could have stayed.
But she went back
But she went back
to free more enslaved.
to free more enslaved.
Harriet Tubman. Harriet Tubman. Underground,
Underground,
railroad bound.
railroad bound.
Listen for
Listen for
that freedom sound.
freedom sound.
That freedom sound.
That freedom sound.
She used the stars.
Stars.
She used her ears.
She used her ears.
She sang in code
She sang in code
as she steered
as she steered
that freedom train
that freedom train.
bound for glory.
Bound for glory.
Sing her song,
Sing her song.
tell a story.
Tell a story.
Harriet Tubman. Harriet Tubman. Underground,
Underground,
railroad bound.
railroad bound.
Listen for
Listen for
that freedom sound.
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 History.
Hello, future.
History. History.
We're about to take a trip and travel through time.
History.
Learn about some ladies that changed all of our lives.
History.
Yeah.
Black women in history. Oh, black women in history. Black women in history. Oh, this is her story. This is her story. Black women in history. Oh, black women in history. Black women in history. History. Her story. Yeah, this is her story. Black women in history. Gotta say it loud so it's not a mystery. This song is dedicated to your legacy. So it's time we let them know where the sisters be.
Yeah, last name Hamer, first name Fannie Lou, civil rights leader, helped register our people to vote during Jim Crow laws in the 60s, back when blacks couldn't vote in this country.
She paved the way for future politicians, along with the first black congresswoman Shirley Chisholm. Kamala Harris made history as the first ever woman elected VP.
So many suffragists been fought for this, like Nashville's O.J. Frankie Bliss. Helped register thousands to vote in Tennessee and made a school for black girls in the 1920s.
Could not have done it without the pioneers, the women fighting voter suppression for years, like the Stacey Abrams and Felicia Davis. And so many women to name, that's why this is for the black women in history.
Black women in history. Oh, this is her story. This is her story. Black women in history. Oh, black women in history. Black women in history. History. Her story. Yeah, this is her story.
Much love to the Queen Rosa Parks who didn't give up a bus seat. But real talk, there were so many women who did the same thing, like Claudette Colvin, she was only 15.
Arrested because she demanded respect and refused to be told her life was worth less. Ida B. Wells had a similar tale many years before Rosa Parks went to jail. One of the founders of NAACP, born a slave, she was freed in 1863. 1 year later, Rebecca Crumpler, first black woman with a medical degree.
Jane Hinton and Alfreda Webb, first women African-American veterinarians. Fast forward 2020, Dr. Kinsey helps to create COVID-19 vaccine.
Black women in history. Black women in history. Oh, this is her story. This is her story. Black women in history. Oh,
Your smartphone without the XPN app is like a login without a password, a pen without paper, Marvin without Tammy.
Ain't nothing like the real thing, baby.
The XPN app. Listen anytime, anywhere on your device. Plus playlists, the concert calendar, and much more. Visit your app store and download the XPN app on your smartphone today.
Fuchs and Rissy Palmer, Black Women in History here on Kids Corner. And Noodle Loaf. Noodle Loaf is very cool. Noodle Loaf has an album full of songs, call and response songs in the tradition of Ella Jenkins, that teach you about figures from history. And I will be featuring songs from Noodle Loaf and a whole lot of other people, all during the month of February here at Kids Corner, and also over at the Kids Corner music channel at kidscorner.org. Well, did we get a big snowstorm? Did I get iced in again? Do I have stories about the last snowstorm? Yes, actually, I do have stories, and I bet you do too. And if I'm here tomorrow, which means I was able to dig myself out of whatever falls and make it into work. If I'm here tomorrow, we'll take your phone calls and talk about our snow stories, and which is really cool. And the next time I take phone calls, no matter what, we'll be taking snow stories. We'll be talking about what we did during the snowstorms, because I have really, really cool stories. On the other hand, if I get snowed in, it's going to be another edition of the Kids Corner music party, and what a good edition it will be, with a really good story from my friend Charlotte Blake Alston. But why wait until tomorrow? I first met Charlotte Blake Alston. She was teacher Charlotte, a teacher at the Philadelphia School, and I met her because she was storytelling at the Annenberg International Children's Festival. She is an amazing teacher, a sharer of tradition and stories, and that's what you're going to hear tonight. Earlier, I talked about how this idea of weather predicting animals has happened in a lot of different cultures. Well, fairy tales, common fairy tales and stories have happened in a lot of different cultures, as I think you'll hear in this story from Charlotte Blake Alston, because for me at least, it really started reminding me of the story of Cinderella. There are mean stepsisters and everything. So from Charlotte Blake Alston, it's Yaru Yatu Suturo Man on Kids Corner.
De Sana. It was not her real name, but it was the name that her stepmother, her new sister, and those who saw how she was treated by them called her. They used that name more often than they called her by her birth name. Desana, poor thing. In essence, that was what Desana meant, poor thing. This moniker fit the life she led now. Some time ago, her mother had passed into the next world. At that moment, the elders had told her, her mother became an ancestor, a love-filled spirit that would always be close. Her father had remarried shortly after and brought this woman and her daughter to live in his house. The daughter's name was Kumba. Kumba was very, very spoiled. Whatever she wanted, she got. Her mother would take her to the market to buy beautiful cloth, which she then took to the tailors who would sew the fabric into fine, perfectly fitting clothing. Her mother bought her jewelry for her arms and her neck and oils for her bath. But Desana, poor thing, if she accompanied them to the market, Kumba was given money to buy jewelry, cloth, and sweets. Desana was given money to purchase chickens, or meat, or vegetables, and spices to use to prepare the meals. When they returned home, Kumba went visiting. Desana started cooking. In the early morning, Desana prepared water and oils for Kumba's bath and then began to sweep inside and out. She carried clothes to the river to wash, cooked all the meals, washed all the pots and the bowls, and swept the house clean every day. But her spirit was not broken. She was sweet, polite, kind, respectful, and open-hearted. It did not mean that she was not sad. She yearned for her mother, for the one who had given her life, and indeed it was because of her mother that her spirit had not been broken. Her mother had taught her well, even as a very young child. Among our people, she would say, Yaru, Yatu, Sutra, Munye. Kindness, respect, open-heartedness, patience are most important in your life. They will serve you well in all things. Foolish talk, a stepmother would say. One day, Ndesana was looking for a bowl to mix some ingredients. She noticed a dish on a high shelf and reached for it. It was dimbatu, a dish that is used only on special occasions like Ramadan, Tabaski, or baby naming celebrations. Her stepmother was just entering the house. When she saw Ndesana pick up dimbatu, she shrieked, La 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 la, what are you doing? The sudden loud scream startled Ndesana and she jumped and dropped the bowl. It broke into pieces. Oh, that dish was given to me by my old ancestors. Look what you have done. I knew that you would do something like this. You are a terrible child. You are no good from the inside and out. And she hit and cut and slashed Ndesana with her words. You will take my dish to the river Ndego Dayan and fix it, or you will never live in peace in this house. The river Ndego Dayan. She had heard of this river. Everyone had heard of this river. It was said to have healing power, but this had never been verified. Very few people who attempted to reach the river ever returned. And those who did were not in their right mind because of all the unimaginable things they had encountered along the way. Ndesana knew what her stepmother really wanted was to get rid of her. She asked if she could wait for her father's return from a trip to say goodbye, but the stepmother grew increasingly insistent and loud. Bumalafakisati, I don't want to see your face in this house until you have repaired my dish. Olindana picked up the pieces of the bowl and slowly walked out of the house and entered the forest that would begin her journey to the river Ndego Dayan. She walked and walked and walked, didoch, 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 and soon she could not even see her village anymore. As she walked, she sang quietly to herself. Lichincheli manana, awabaka asama, alakhira mutajoy, motakhbayu amulia. I don't miss sleeping in comfort. I only miss my mother. What I want, they don't sell. What I ask for, they cannot give to me. She continued to walk and walk, didoch, didoch, didoch. The sun was approaching its highest point when the trail led to a tree that was taking down its own leaves and fruit. Ndesana stopped. In an instant, her mother's words came back. Yaru, Yatu, Sutra, Munye. She had been taught not to show any unusual behavior if she were to encounter a strange spirit, but to look, to be calm. She knew this was not just a tree. Musuknuko. She got down on one knee, acknowledged and greeted the spirit in the tree, and the tree spoke. You, child, are very respectful and polite. Wherever you are headed in your life, you will have God's blessing and protection. Yala jublu yala. Here, take some of my fruit to eat. And the tree gave Ndesana some of its fruit. She ate the fruit. It was so sweet and juicy, it quenched her thirst. And when she was full, she continued on her way. For she still had the pieces of the bowl in her hand. She had to get to this river called Ndego Dayan. She walked and walked and walked, didoch, 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 didoch. The sun was now lower in the sky. And soon, she came upon a large pot that was cooking its own contents without a fire underneath. Her mother's words were clear as a bell. Yaru, yatu, sutra, munye. She did not show surprise. She uttered no verbal exclamations. And again, musuknuyuko. She got down on one knee, acknowledged and greeted the spirit in the pot. And just like the tree, the pot spoke to her. You, child, Yaldedum, you are very calm and respectful. Wherever you are headed in your life, you will receive a blessing. Yala jublu yala. And the pot gave Ndesana a taste of some of its contents. When she was full and satisfied, she continued on her way. For she still had the pieces of the bowl in her hand. She had to get to the place called Ndego Dayan. She walked and walked, didoch, 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 didoch. And for the rest of the day, Ndesana encountered things so strange that I shall not even try to describe them to you. Just before the sky grew dark, she could hear the waters of Ndego Dayan. She was practically there. She walked a little bit faster when all of a sudden she came upon something she had never seen before. It was it was a creature. It seemed to be half woman, half creature. An old woman. She had one eye, one arm, one leg. Hair covered most of her body, in the front and the back down to her knees. Desana's mother's words were like loud whispers in her ear. Yaru, yatu, sudara, munye. And once again, musuknuyuko, and Desana got down on one knee, acknowledged and greeted the old woman. The old woman looked straight at her. She was amazed. Yaldedom, you child. You're very respectful. What are you doing in this place? How did you get so far? Tell me your name. Ndesana began to tell the old woman about her stepmother and about the dish. Her eyelids, though, were getting so heavy. The old woman took Ndesana home and gave her something to eat. Now you must go to sleep, she said. I am the mother of all the creatures in this place. They all come back home at night to sleep, and if they find you here, they will not let you live. She gave Ndesana a large metal comb with a sharp, pointed tip and told her to get under the bed. When my family comes and gets into the bed, you stick them with the comb little by little, dunk, dunk. They will think there are ticks and fleas in the bed. They will get up and leave, and then you can get into the bed and sleep in peace. Sure enough, as soon as Ndesana drew in her arms and legs under the bed, the creatures started coming one after another, piling into the bed. And Ndesana did just what she was told. She took the pointed end of the comb and began to stick it to them, little by little. Dunk, dunk, dunk. Bookie the hyena jumped up and said, "Hey, there are a lot of fleas in this bed. Let's get up from here since nobody can get good sleep." And they left. Ndesana climbed into the bed and slept a peaceful sleep. In the morning, the old woman led the child to the river, took the broken pieces of the bowl, and dipped them into the water. The bowl was restored. The woman wiped it clean and said, "Halebi, you are a very good child. When you saw how I looked, you didn't show any surprise. You didn't shout or point. You showed a lot of discretion. And now I am going to give you 3 eggs." And Ndesana listened to the instructions carefully, with patience and calm. When you break the first one I am putting into your hand, a lot of people will follow you and protect you. Then you must break the second one I am putting into your hand. Strange and bad creatures will come out of it, but do not be alarmed. Then finally, break the third one I am putting into your hand, and that will be my gift to you. And this name of yours, this is not a name for one such as you. You are rich in ways that cannot be measured. Claim the name your mother gave to you. Now go. Wherever you are headed, God will be with you. Yalla jubla yalla. Desana claimed her name, Sukena, one who will always return. She thanked the old woman and then left. She now held the restored bowl in her hand. She had made it to the river called Ndego Dayan. She walked and walked and walked, didach, 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 didach. And when she could no longer see the old woman's dwelling and was a third of the way home, she broke the first egg. And just as the old woman said, a large crowd of people appeared and began to follow her. When she had traveled another third of the way, she broke the second egg. And just as the old woman said again, strange and vile creatures arose, but the crowd of people surrounded them and destroyed them, every single one. When she was close enough to the village to smell the food in the pots, she broke the third egg. The mbatu dish began to overflow with gold and jewels. She removed her headcloth and emptied the precious metals into it. She gathered them up into a bundle and walked back into the village. She came into the house, greeted her astonished stepmother, and said, "Here is your bowl. I have restored it as you asked." For a long moment, the woman was just speechless and stunned. How could this child be standing in front of her once again, and where could she have found these treasures? She called her own daughter, "Kumba, you must come here at once." She grabbed the bowl from Sukena's hands, and just as Kumba entered the house, she tossed it to the ground. "Oh, look, my daughter, my special dish has been broken. You must take these pieces to the river Ndego Dayan and restore it." Kumba looked back and forth from the broken pieces of the dish to Sukena's bundle overflowing with treasures, and back and forth again, and then she got it. She eagerly picked up the pieces and said, "Yes, I will go and restore this dish." So she began to walk and walk and walk, didach, didach, didach. The trail led her into the forest, and soon she came upon the tree that was taking down its own leaves and fruit. "Oh my goodness," she yelled in surprise. "What is this? What a crazy and strange thing, a tree taking down its own fruit? This is crazy." Okuma went toward the tree and started to grab pieces of fruit, and she began to eat it as she continued on her way. The tree spoke out to her. "Yaldedom, you there, child. How rude and disrespectful you are. Halibubunbi, you will not get very far in your life." "I may not get far, but I got what I want, and that is some of this fruit." But she continued walking and walking, and she came upon the pot that was cooking its own contents with no fire underneath. "Oh, my eyes deceive me," she said. "Oh, my goodness, this cannot be real." She took one of the broken pieces of the dish, dipped it into the pot, and began to eat the contents. It was most certainly real, and it was delicious. She continued on her way, and the pot called after her. "Yaldedom, you there, girl. You are not very wise. Halebi Bombi, you will not get very far." "I may not get far, but I got what I wanted, and that is some of the stew in your pot." With each encounter, Kumba pointed, she laughed, she clapped, she exclaimed, she grabbed whatever suited her. And as the sun was setting, she came upon the old, half woman, half creature. She squinted her eyes, held her nose, and shouted, "Old woman, when did you last bathe? What are you doing here? You should be hiding yourself." "You there, child. Tinyane, how selfish. You don't show a lot of discretion. You are not a wise or tranquil girl, and what are you doing here in my forest?" "I am here to restore this dish, so just tell me where I need to go." "Even you cannot find your way in the darkness. You will sleep. Then I will take you in the morning." She took Kumba back to her house, offered her nothing to eat, but she did tell her, "I am the mother of all the creatures in this forest. They all come home at night to sleep. You get under the bed. I'm going to give you this comb, and I want you to stick it to them little by little, and dunk. They will think there are fleas in the bed, and they will leave, and then you can get into the bed and sleep. Well, no sooner had she tucked in her arms and legs than shoop, 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 one after another, the creatures piled onto the bed. Kumba was so startled and annoyed, she just started jabbing the creatures with the comb. They jumped up and scrambled on top of one another to escape the sharp jabs. They almost broke the bed. Buki Hyena said, "Hey, these are not fleas. We need to see what is under this bed." Oh, quickly the old woman said, I will take care of it. You leave tonight, and when you come back tomorrow, you will be able to sleep in peace, I promise you. Well, they may have been terrible creatures, but they still listened to their mother. And so they all got up and left, and Kuumba got into the bed. The old woman woke Kumba early in the morning. She took her to the river and restored the bowl. "You almost caused trouble for yourself last night. You must leave this forest as quickly as you can and never come back." "I don't need to come back. The bowl is restored. Now tell me where you keep the treasures you gave the first girl who came." "I give to you what I give to her. What you do with them is what you do." She gave Kumba the first egg and began to tell her exactly what to do. She placed the second egg in Kumba's hand. But before the old woman could continue her explanation, Kumba snatched the last egg and started to run. She ran and ran and ran until she was halfway through this forest, and at that point, she stopped, looked at the first egg. "A crowd of people to follow me? I don't need a crowd of people. They'll only want my riches, which I claim now." Instead of breaking the first egg, she broke the second. Vile and menacing creatures sprang up from that egg, and before Kuma could react, they pounced on her. They scattered into all parts of the forest and into the air, and all that was left of this girl was her tongue. In the village, everyone awaited her return. A large bird flew out of the forest, circled over them, and dropped Kumba's tongue in the mother's lap. She screamed, ran into that forest, and never again emerged. As for Sukena, the riches that were passed to her from her mother, Yaru, Yatu, Sutra, Munye, carried her far in her life. Today, in cities, villages, towns, in houses and courtyards, in school classrooms and playgrounds, around warm fires in the evening, the people of Senegal gather to hear the retelling of this story. When the children hear it, they are reminded once again of how rich they truly are.
It's the little things you do for someone else. It's the kindness that you show without being asked. Never looking for rewards for being nice. These are some things for you to know. As you grow, some simple things in life to know. As you grow, now you don't always have to win or be number one. Just play the game, dive in and have big fun. You see, the journey is as wonderful as the goal. These are some things for you to know. As you grow, some simple things in life to know. As you grow, there are some who have a little more than you, and there are some who have a lot less than you. What you possess can't measure what you are worth. These are some some things for you to know. As you grow, some simple things in life to know. As you grow. As you're growing up, a positive balance when you have to face a challenge can only make you strong. Hold on, you'll pass the test, you'll make the grade, so don't forget. You're a child of God, honor yourself, be brave, humble and true. Listen to your inner voice, it's always there for you, for you. Respect your elders, they deserve that from you. Protect the little ones who watch everything you do. Treat other people how you want to be treated yourself. These are some things for you to know. As you grow, some simple things in life to know. As you grow. When things get difficult, think positively. Count your blessings when you wake and before you sleep. A grateful heart is something God loves to see. These are some things for you to know. As you grow, some simple things in life to know. As you grow, these are some things for you to know. As you grow, some simple things in life to know. As you grow, these are some things for you to know. As you grow, some simple things in life to know. As you grow, these are some things for you to know. As you grow, some simple things in life to know. As you grow, these are some things for you to know. As you grow, some simple things in life to know. As you grow, these are things for you to know. As you grow, some simple things in life to know. As you grow, these are some things for you to know. As you grow, some simple things in life to know. As you
Sweet Honey in the Rock, finishing off this edition of Kids Corner. And on tomorrow's Kids Corner, well, unless there's a big storm and I can't get in here, we are going to tell each other snow stories. What did you do? And what are you still doing to deal with this enormous amount of snow and ice and misery? And please be kind to old people that's going on. Anyway, that's on tomorrow's Kids Corner. Tonight's edition of Kids Corner was engineered and produced by me. I'm Kathy O'Connell. Robert Drake produces Kids Corner, and you can find us online at kidscorner.org. And that is where you can go to enjoy Kids Corner music 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, because kidscorner.org. That is where you can find the Kids Corner music channel. Meanwhile, have a good night. Have a safe night, please. Let's all be kind to each other. And we'll see you next time right here on Kids Corner.
This is 88.5 WXPN HD1 Philadelphia, 88.7 WXPH HD1 Middletown, 91.9 WXPJ HD1 Hackettstown, 90.5 WKHS Wharton, and streaming at xpn.org. Member-supported radio from the University of Pennsylvania.